Good afternoon. I'm speaking with Dr. Danute Gailiene, full professor of psychology, specializing in clinical psychology and trauma studies at Vilnius University in Vilnius, Lithuania. Dr. Gailiene is one of the participants in the Democracy, Culture, and Catholicism International Research Project and one of the contributors to the volume Democracy, Culture, Catholicism, Voices from Four Continents. Her contribution to the volume is titled Traumatized Society, Democracy, and Religious Faith: The Lithuanian Experience. Dr. Gailiene, hello.
Hello.
Dr. Gailiene, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our project and our publication, and I have a couple questions that I'd like to ask you. So first, what was your experience of the Democracy, Culture, and Catholicism International Research Project, the project that led to this publication? How do you feel your participation in the project impacted its outcome, and how did the project itself impact you and your work?
Good question. So, yeah, it was very interesting to participate in the project. And this started from very beginning because our group was interesting to us because we are interdisciplinary group. So philosophers, historians, theologians, and I as psychologist. And we never had a possibility to work together and to reflect a little bit on our country's history and experience, Christianity, Catholicism, and so. And then we met very interesting colleagues from other countries. Also, we had some possibilities to meet and to discuss, so not only to write and to present officially in conferences our data, but also to discuss. And I know some people even in the States. I know one one scientist in the States. She was in Vilnius during our conference in Vilnius of Chicago project. And by accident, she joined the conference and heard about such historical and traumatic things, and she started her own investigation. So it's one concrete impact. So it was really very inspiring, very interesting, and I hope for all participants.
Great, thank you. What impact do you think or do you hope this publication will have within the discipline of clinical psychology and trauma studies? More broadly speaking, what impact do you think or do you hope this publication will have academically and or culturally in Lithuania?
Well, I think for clinical psychology and for psychotraumatology, for trauma psychology, is very, very important this approach, this interdisciplinary and transcultural approach, which is not self-evident in clinical psychology, let's see. In our disciplines, we experience now opposite tendencies. The tendency to go even more narrow and narrow, and the tendency to, how to say, isolate from other disciplines. So in that it is very, very important to see this broader perspective. And also, it is important to talk here in this project about resilience. We're talking about church, about democracy. Um, we talk, here in trauma psychology, we talk about resilience, about how people cope with terrible traumatic experiences, and it's also very enriching, the discipline. And if you ask about our country and about situation in our country in culture, in science. I think it's also a very good example of broad approach of integrating scientists from different disciplines. It's not self-evident. People from so different um, sciences can come together and discuss for the longer time, for 3 years or even longer, such very important, deep topics. I think it's very enriching.
Great, thank you. I want to ask you a question following up on that. Your observations about the academic bridging between disciplines and the interdisciplinary work, and ask your thoughts on, does this publication offer any avenues or uh, offer any ways forward for Lithuanian society and culture to perhaps adopt or become part of this conversation that moves away from the siloization of individual work and more towards an interdisciplinary approach, um, culturally and socially?
Yeah, it is very important because in our country, as you can read in the book, we have really traumatizing historical experience and a lot of suffering and so on. But it's also um, yeah, how to say, possibility, not possibility, risk to be too narrow and to concentrate only on experience, and now to broaden the perspective to see different countries and different histories and different suffering and coping. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good because, yeah, in case of Lithuania, as I say, there is the risk to concentrate only on this own history, and it's too few. It's very narrow.
Great, thank you. So, final question. How do you think this publication will help connect Vilnius University to the wider transnational community of institutions of Jesuit higher education? I know that Father Simkūnas was one of the principal people involved in getting the group of Lithuanian scholars together and helping coordinate your participation in the project and the publication. And so, what do you hope that this connection with other institutes of Jesuit higher education will bring about for you, for your work, for your university, and for the country of Lithuania as well?
Yeah, I hope very much. I hope because our team, you mentioned Father Shimkunas, our team was very good, and we felt the whole team of the project was good and friendly, and so I hope all of us have expectations to continue, but as it is, it depends on resources as well. It depends on money. How somebody succeed to raise resources again and to join these groups or other groups to continue this collaboration. It would be very nice. So practically, I don't see at the moment such concrete possibilities to continue, but I hope very much. Yeah, everybody is willing to continue.
Well, Dr. Gailiene, I want to thank you for speaking with us today and for taking the time to prepare some remarks. It was a pleasure to work with you in the project and in the publication, and we really appreciate you speaking with us here at our publication colloquium today.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
All right, well, see you
Bye
later.
bye.